Welcome to another Wellness Wednesday, where we are putting this together for our community. We are answering your questions. We're talking about your needs. Today we're going to talk about magnesium and menopause. So stay tuned. We've got all kinds of information for you.
What is it about magnesium that nobody really talks about when we talk about menopause?
Well, that's why we have the duo. We put it together. They really work hand in hand, magnesium and supporting your hormones. Most of us are depleted in magnesium because of how our crops are grown, and the earth is kind of depleted in it. So it's a really important mineral to help regulate your nervous system. And hormones in general help to support your nervous system. Hormones do so many different things in our life, but magnesium is one of the elements that our body actually needs to function properly. And as we're going through perimenopause and menopause and those hormonal shifts are happening, that's where we get the brain fog and all of those things. So we'll talk about how the magnesium can help support your body in this journey, in the perimenopause, menopause journey. So it's not just about focusing on the hormones per se, but the magnesium is a missing link that a lot of people just overlook.
What are the most common things women tell you they're dealing with at night? Restless legs, tight muscles, trouble winding down?
All of those things. And today's conversation is really about how magnesium can help support your body. Magnesium has a calming effect on your body. It has a calming effect on your muscles, on your nerves. So restless legs, absolutely. We hear that a lot. And just a fatigue. And magnesium is one of those elements that our body absolutely needs. So relaxation. That's why we generally say use your magnesium cream at night, because it's part of that evening routine that quiets your mind, quiets your body, and quite literally quiets your nervous system. So absolutely, we hear all of those things.
When did you first start hearing magnesium come up in conversations with customers?
Pretty much from the get-go. Magnesium cream is one of the first herbal remedies that I created. And again, I created it for myself. But, as I have grown this business, I've realized how many of the issues that this person has, this person also has. So magnesium came up in the conversation pretty quickly in regards to restless legs and just being able to get to just quiet the body, quiet that nervous system.
Why did you choose the magnesium that you chose?
So the magnesium that we have in our lotion is actually from a sea that was in existence 250 million years ago. It is one of the purest forms of magnesium and one of the most easily absorbed forms of magnesium. It's called the Zechstein Sea, and it's in northwestern Europe. But I chose it for its purity, and it's pretty readily available. And I think it's the best of all of the choices out there for a transdermal. So transdermal means absorbed through the skin type lotion.
What is the difference of taking a magnesium supplement or putting it on your skin?
Well, they work differently. So anything we take orally has to go through the digestive system, and it's broken down, and it can do different things. And there's actually different kinds of magnesiums for different uses. And again, the one I chose is specifically because of its purity and its transdermal absorption when it's formulated properly in a cream. There are other magnesiums that are generally taken orally that are for constipation and things like that. So those are some of the differences between using something transdermally or using something orally.
Why did you formulate a lotion instead of a balm?
I am under the perception through my knowledge and through my training that a water-based product is always going to be more easily absorbed, more easily utilized by the body versus a cream. So the water actually helps draw the product into the body. And just kind of a little tip, when this is for any lotion, not just necessarily a magnesium cream. When your skin is damp, if you apply the lotion, that's going to help it absorb better too. So when water is formulated in a product, it's generally going to be absorbed better versus just like a salve or a balm that sits on top of the skin and is a little more greasy. One of the things that I hear about this formula is that it absorbs so quickly. It doesn't leave any greasy residue. And another thing I will let you know about ours, it's not scented with anything. A lot of times when I use a therapeutic product, something like this, the wild yam cream or the magnesium cream, I leave the scent out because people are very particular about different scents. So ours is also unscented.
What are women telling you has changed since they started using it?
The biggest thing we hear is the relaxation, especially at bedtime, and restless legs. That's like one of the biggest culprits that people come to this cream for, to kind of escape that. Because if you've ever dealt with restless legs, it's horrible. You're just laying there and you cannot stop. Like I would used to think, I'm just going to be mind over matter. I'm just going to stop my legs. You cannot do it. So to have something that truly gives them relief is what we hear all the time.
You mentioned about using the magnesium cream with the wild yam comfort cream. Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, we call it our dynamic duo. So it becomes a part of a woman's ritual at night. I love that word ritual. It's not like woo-woo. I'm not using it in any reference to something like that. It's just something you do for yourself. So the two products just meld perfectly together. So we've got the nervous system support, the muscle support with the magnesium, and then we've got the wild yam comfort cream, which really goes in and helps support the progesterone, and we can talk more about that. I've talked about that a lot. But then we've got that happy hormone, so the progesterone is being supported, so we have that mood. We've got the relaxation from that, and then when we add the magnesium cream to it, it's just kind of like full circle. It helps so many of our body systems, the functions in our body, that people just love using them together. So we just put it in a bundle, so you guys could save some money. If you buy, you get the bundle, you get 10% off. So that's our dynamic duo, and that's why they work so beautifully together.
If someone's watching tonight and recognizing themselves in this, what's one thing you'd want them to know?
Well, I would say, if you're this, I'm going to focus this on a sensitive person. If you are sensitive at all, this is what I recommend. Use it at night, just once a night before you go to bed, usually about an hour before you want to go to sleep. That's kind of the prime number there. But if you're sensitive at all, just rub it on like the arches of your foot, one of your feet. That area of your body absorbs a little bit slower, so it allows your body to acclimate. There's no, people ask me all the time with, herbal remedies, are there side effects? Again, I'm not going to give medical advice. That's not what I'm here for. But we don't have side effects like prescription medications and things like that. So, but if you're concerned at all, a lot of people are wanting to try these different things, but they want to gradually introduce it to themselves, to their body. I would say use the arch of your foot and just proceed from there. But be consistent. This is another one you want to be consistent with, especially if you're dealing with restless legs. You don't want to put it on and say, oh my gosh, I saw nothing, I felt nothing change. Give it some time. Be consistent with these and make it a nighttime ritual. And it's beautiful just to take that little moment for yourself at the end of the night. I have my gratitude journal. I have that practice. I have my comfort cream. I have the magnesium cream. It's just this beautiful little way to end your day. That's another Wellness Wednesday. That's going to be a wrap. We love to hear from you. What are your questions? What are you thinking about? What are you concerned about? We'll do our best to answer those questions for you on these Wellness Wednesdays. Today we did talk about our magnesium cream. This is loved by women and men around the world. Next week, I'm not sure what we're going to talk about. We'll surprise you, but drop your comments below if there's something you would like us to talk about, or send us an email, info@naturallylinda.com. So until next Wednesday, we'll chat soon.